Oh, that's him. Look at that water right down there. There are going to be so many likes and subscribes today.
Oh yeah, baby.
Because we got Captain Jack.
Yes, sir.
So what's the plan today, Jack?
Shoot giants.
Nope, that's not
Oh,
it.
no. All right, so
There's one objective.
There's one objective, and it's to get my little buddy Joey here a nice black grouper.
First good black grouper. I've been in the Bahamas a good amount of times, but we have these freak free divers that dive 110 feet. You guys are used to me being the good diver on the boat. Today I am not. I'm bottom of the totem pole today because Jack goes down like 160 feet and shoots everything. But today he's not allowed to. We're actually taking the slip tip off his spear. It's just for defense. He's gonna find a black rock tip. I'm just done talking. We're getting in the water. Look at that water. Looks awesome. We're doing some diving today. All right, let's check it out.
We had absolutely beautiful conditions. I was really excited to dive with Jack and Drake. I haven't dove with Drake ever, but I haven't dove with Jack in a while. And one of the really cool things about diving with him is they're both really good free divers. So all I have to do is hit a fish. I don't have to do a whole lot else. I mean, if the fish rocks me up or if something happens, I know they're going to be there because they are really, really good free divers. They're definitely 100+ foot divers. Now, this first drop of mine's in about 60 foot of water. I think we were in like 55 or 60 foot of water. And it was a really, really beautiful reef. Lots of life. I would say if you find the little mangroves, the yellowtails, all that stuff, you're in the right area. Now, I didn't see any big groupers or anything on this dive, but I was making a drop down. There's a yellow jack right there. Yellow jacks are definitely one of the target species, but it's not really one we pursue too often because you can usually get them to come back around. It's not like it's a once in a lifetime shot for the trip or whatever. But I was just checking out some really cool reef, lots of little snappers around there, seeing if maybe I could get lucky, spot a grouper once I got down there. And that yellow jack was just asking for it. I looked up to see where Jack was. I knew he wanted one on the sling, but this one was just coming in right for me. I let the Nomad Polespear fly, hit him right through the eyeballs, and I think because I hit it there with so much power, it didn't engage with the slip tip, which happens sometimes. I mean, not talking crap on the gear at all. But luckily, Jack was there. He went ahead and put a second shot in there, which is why this buddy diving that I was just talking about is so nice and so helpful. Because I might not have got that fish if he wasn't there. I could have came back to the surface, regrouped, take another dive, but you never know what would happen.
Well, thanks for that.
Let's continue on this Captain Jack Spearo mission with another Jack. This time, Jack hit a amberjack, an AJ. Bunch of AJs came in, really the most AJs I've ever seen in the Bahamas. School of like 30 of them came in. And he hit one with the sling. I didn't know if it was all the way through, so I put a second shot with the pole spear. Still didn't stone it, and these things just totally kick your butt, so we wanted to just get a couple spears in it, get it taken care of, and once we had it on mine, we knew it wasn't coming off. Now, we're still in that same area, dropping back down. All these hogfish moved in, and they weren't trophy-size hogfish by anyways, but something we usually do while we're over there diving is we usually have hogfish for lunch. I love eating them. I know we had some ingredients on the boat to do some ceviche that Drake was going to prepare for us. And we were in about, I think, still like 55, 60 foot of water, and there was a ton of these like cookie cutter hogfish, all about the same size. So I lined up on one and let the spear fly again. Really solid shot. I knew I could rip it up. I didn't stone it, but still just kind of getting my gills wet for the day, just getting used to it, getting feeling good in the water diving. Jack was right there also. He had actually dropped down just before this and got himself probably the biggest hogfish out of the group. And now we had two nice hogfish. We're pretty much done with hogfish now unless we find some bigger ones.
That's a nice one. There's a lot of them. Yeah.
We're switching gears and moving to what I call the playground. I love diving this 20 to 30 foot stuff. It's just so much fun. I have so much more bottom time here. And there were some nice hogfish everywhere. There's tons of nice hogfish. Every single rock we found had at least one or two. And then we were talking a little bit at the surface, and I said that I would film Jack shooting one. So he swam down on a school of probably close to a dozen nice size hogfish. I followed him down. He lined up his sling that he made and took the shot and had a good shot. After that, I couldn't resist taking one for myself. I shot that hogfish earlier, as did he, but now we were able to get a couple bigger ones, which were going to be really nice to bring home. Just look how many nice hogfish. All those hogfish right there are legal, good hogfish. I picked out the biggest one that gave me the best shot and just took my time with that Polespear. Now, I don't have a ton of experience with the Polespear because it's not what I use at home, but after shooting it a little bit, I think I'm going to start shooting it more at home.
Giant.
That's sick.
Dude, look at
Here's the big one.
Dude, they're huge. Oh, that's a nice one, dude.
Oh, I think is that your throw flasher?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you dropped on accident. Woo.
God, look at the size of that hog. Beauty.
Get him further away from the boat. There we go.
Look at that. Woo!
Nice.
Mongo.
He matches that one down there. A nice set of twins.
Now, here's what I came to the Bahamas for. We got a nice little cave here. I saw something dipping out under there, and it was a nice black grouper. Not a giant black grouper. I tried to close the gap on it, and this was a pretty big open cave, and I had a feeling he was going to leave. And he did, but he went only a little bit, and we saw him rock up. Now, Jack went down to check it out first. He's got a flashlight, and he was going to shoot it, and he gave me the thumbs up. This was my layup. This was the shot that I wanted, a grouper in a small cave, super easy to get to. This should have been absolutely easy, and by the way I'm talking about it, you can probably tell it did not work out in my favor. Jack gave me the flashlight, little pep talk at the surface of how he was sitting and what I needed to do when I went down there, because again, I've never shot a nice grouper on Polespear. And I made my way up to the ledge, looked where I thought he would be. The grouper actually did a 180. Now he was facing towards me, and I hate those head-on unicorn shots. I was waiting for him to turn sideways. I really didn't wait too long. You can see his mouth right there if you look real carefully. I let the spear fly, and I hit him. I thought I had him good, but I don't know exactly where I hit him. It didn't work out. We never saw him come out. It wasn't a really small ledge, but we talked at the surface, and that was probably just enough to get distracted and lose him. Redemption with a yellowjack. The all-important yellowjack. This is actually a really good size yellowjack, probably about a 12-pound yellowjack or so. And again, they're super good sushi. They're good cooked. They're good every way. I love eating yellowjack. It's probably a very, very underrated fish. Jack put a second shot in there because he's a jack, and he wanted to get this jack and Jack stick together.
I had to keep the tradition of you shooting my fish alive.
And just in case we didn't have enough species of jacks, 3 including Captain Jack Spear, he was going to line up on an Almaco jack to put species number 3 in the boat. He cocked back on it, let that sling go. This is the homemade sling again. You can see more of that on his channel. But here's his view of that. He had a really good shot on it and pulled the fish in pretty quickly. Now this is probably the coolest shot of the entire trip. This is Drake's camera. Now he's dropping down on one of those little ledges, and what I think he's hunting was that fish that just went under the ledge, and it's a schoolmaster snapper. They're kind of like the dog snappers where they go in and out of the rocks a lot, and they really just require patience. If you get down there and you can just sit there, you can usually get the timing right and get one. Here you can see it tailing off, and he missed it. He missed it, but look on his Polespear, and he's got a little bait fish. He had a civilian casualty there, we'll call it. But he's still got plenty of breath. Tip's still on the spear. He's down there waiting and waiting and waiting for that good shot again. Now, he's, again, a really good diver. Gets a lot of bottom time, and he got his shot. But there was another casualty. There was a mangrove snapper on there as well. So now he's got 3 fish on his spear. He's swimming up to the surface, just sticks his head out for a second looking for the boat while his fish dangled, and you'll see why we usually don't like to let our fish dangle. He slipped up on this, and they caught him slipping.
Oh,
So the shark took the little mangrove, which was probably the best case scenario, I guess. We weren't going to keep it anyways. And there's the snapper completely gutted, which also, I guess, could have been worse as well. There's still an edible fish there. But that was pretty crazy.
Yeah. This is what we come to the Bahamas for. None of those hogfish.
I think you just peed.
That is some sushi right there. Nice yellow jack. Going in the mix.
Going in the slush. And if Joey didn't mention, I also shot that fish as well.
Every fish I shot.
Every fish that Joe shot, I shot as well. Whether it was it got off his spear or a backup shot.
here, guys.
That was
You
epic.
didn't shoot that black I shot.
Yeah, I know. You didn't give me a chance to.
Here you go.
I don't know if I got it on video.